Hello, MonstersAbound here and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires and part 11 of my Fay Enchantress Campaign, where we're taking on Kemmler. Well, not actually Kemmler. Kemmler's dead and he's not back yet. So we're killing his garrison at his only city. So our portly and rubbish peasants are attacking the front gates. Absolutely rubbish, stupid attack, while our brave and noble knights are running around the back door so they can kick it in and where it's completely undefended. Because that's the smart thing to do. That's the smart and brave thing to do, not like these filthy peasants who are just attacking the front gate like, oh, how gauche, how passé rubbish. So we've got some battle pilgrims here, we've got some men at arms with polearms. The survivability of these guys is negligible. They are going to die. And the guys attacking the front gate, probably the same. Archers, probably be alright. So we've got Tim and his European coconut carriers advancing on the gate, because I'm thinking, well, you know what's better than attacking the gate from one direction? Attacking it from both. That's right, we're getting a flanking attack, rear charge on that gate. Boom. Tactics. Or something. Anyway, the point is that we're kicking the shit out of the gate. So good, we're hitting it from both sides. You can see it's going down quite quickly. Very good. But we do have some spooks. Some spoopies. Some spoopy Khan wraiths are on their way to wreck our day. Don't want that. So Tim is like, I'm going to deal with these guys myself. Tim comes down, sends one spoopy ghost flying, kicks the shit out of him. And I'm going to be honest, these guys aren't going to have much of a chance. Especially because the rest of our Pegasus Knights, Royal Pegasus Knights, are now moving into position to get a lovely little rear charge on these the spoopy ghosts. They ain't afraid of no ghosts, and the ghosts are getting the shit kicked out of them. Look at that. The foolish and dirty peasants have managed to kick down the gate before our brave and noble knights, and frankly, that's just not on, is it? That's not etiquette, guys. Learn etiquette. Should have let the knights do it first. Some bats are going to flap in the face of our Pegasus Knights, but that's not good. That's not a problem. It's like, what, guys, come on. That's just pointless. What do you hope to achieve apart from your death? Nothing. Gates going down, 60%. Very, very good. And our peasants are dying. Basically. That's what they're doing, just dying. Up on the walls, the men-at-arms with polearms are also, dying. And the the battle pilgrims aren't, they're doing okay. They're slightly better. They've killed 3. Graveguard have killed 49. So, well, it's fine. It's fine. Right, let's take out these gates. 82% we're getting there. Let's get another little rear charge on that gate. Ah, look at that. 67, 67. That's the wrong numbers. That would be 91. 94. Anyway, the point is that gate is going down. Our Pegasus Knights have done their duty. There we go. We're going to get them out of there now. Get the Pegasus Knights out and the rest of our noble knights into the city, where they have bravely attacked the rear. Good job, guys. That's what we're talking about. And our peasants are continuing to die. They've killed 1. They've killed 1. Well, European coconut claws now coming in because someone needs to rescue these filthy peasants. And frankly, I don't know why it should be us. But you know what? It's all about chivalry and nobility and shit, isn't it? So get in there, lads. Get in there, show them how it's done. Good charge there. Racking up the kills. Tim's in there as well, but for some reason it doesn't like keeping his name, so it just looks like he's called Cassian, but it is in fact Tim. The coconut carrier, 57 kills there, 59, doing very, very well. Some ghouls that we're going to deal with. Yep, charging in there, that's working out fine. And the rest of our knights now ready to move up to the city centre. There is a vampire with death magic here, but I'm going to be honest, that we should be able to overwhelm pretty easy. We should be able to take the city centre, bravely take the city centre, I should say, while the peasants, the rascals here just sort of end up dying to these Graveguard. I am going to try and save the battle pilgrims because they're slightly better than normal infantry and I can't be bothered to recruit them again, so we'll do that. The Pegasus Knights, not quite. This charge is rubbish. Right, line them up. Tell them to charge. What do? I mean, for one, what the fuck, guys? That wasn't even a charge. That was just a landing and then waddling over to the battle. That was rubbish. Absolute shite. So, okay, we'll try that again in a second. Meanwhile, our knights are running down the vampire. Down she goes, under just trampled. It's just a stampede. It's like that scene from The Lion King, except with knights instead of water buffalo, and instead of Mufasa, there's a busty vampire lady who's trying to kick the knights to death and having some success, but she is dying slowly. Okay, Pegasus Knights, a little bit of a charge there. The Graveguard now going down. There we go. That's more like it. They've got 95 kills, doing pretty well there. Tim up to 52. Peasants still trying to deal with these Graveguard, but all of the infantry have now come off the walls because I think, oh well, there's some of our archers are still getting plastered with explosive, whatever the hell they're launching at us. I know it's bats in cages sometimes, which is just a bit weird, but there we go. Okay, come on lads. In we go, get a nice little charge in this Graveguard. Let's save these battle pilgrims. All 20 of them. There used to be more. Now there's 17. We should probably rush. Get a move on, guys. Because at this rate, there's not going to be many people to save. 16. Well, we've managed to save 16 of our battle pilgrims. There we go. That's probably made their day, being rescued by some Pegasus Knights. Obviously, the ones that are alive, the ones that are dead, they've had their day, haven't they? And that's fine. With the vampire dead, though, the rest of the infantry is going to start fading away, but not before our Pegasus Knights swoop in to grab all the glory for winning the day. Bit of a win there. Barely no one important died. Okay, do I want to sack this? It will cost me chivalry, but will give me a shit ton of money. And I do need 10k to fund Alberic's little investigation. He's literally just buying fake moustaches and newspapers with eye holes cut out. That's literally what he's spending his 10k on, but okay, it's worth a little bit of chivalry. Tim's a vampire hunter and a warrior. Look at that. Good work, Tim.
Protector of the realm.
We pop you there, you can replenish, and I'm hoping maybe the dwarves can deal with Blackstone Keep. I mean, Kemmler doesn't have much of a force left now, so maybe if we get the dwarves to just tell them to
your ancestors.
Same to you. Can I get you to do that? Because it shouldn't be particularly difficult. Okay, so we've got 10k for Alberic, so that should cheer him up. He can buy all the magnifying glasses he wants with 10,000 of my monies.
You seek prophecy.
Skaven Blight has fallen, but with public order at minus 23 a turn, I don't think it's going to be long before we end up with more Skaven on our doorsteps. But that's okay, because we can easily deal with that. Not a problem. Tim has, understandably, ranked up. What a fight. Good job, Tim. Let's go with the Vigor loss reduction, because I think that's just quite good. I know it doesn't actually do an awful lot, but any kind of Vigor reduction is good, because tired units are units that don't fight as well, and plus they get cranky. Both those things, I really want to spend all of Alberic's money, but I'm not going to. Look at this willpower. How much willpower do I have? Huge amounts. Massive willpower. That's what they say about me. They look at me and they go, that is some huge willpower that guy has. And they're right. Okay, Trident of Manan. Although funds have been raised, a search party deployed, the results are thin. As a peasant in winter. Wow, that's dark. Alberic feels the clawing miasma of failure seeping in, not for the first time, no doubt, and his questing dreams evaporating. However, when all seems lost, a suspicious man arrives in Bordeaux, offering information on the whereabouts of... Is he a Nigerian prince? As these men always do, however, he seeks the price for the knowledge of gold. Yeah, well, I mean, I could pay him. Or I could just torture him. extortion. He may be desperate, but Alberic is no shill, and he will not be humiliated by this lowlife. Have the information drawn from him by force. I mean, you know, what's 20 chivalry? Okay, so we've completed the Fay Enchantress next part of the quest. Quest successful. Good. Move a character to Nordland. For the days of ceaseless toil and mind-weary study, the Enchantress discovers rituals that may yet yield the answers she seeks. Rituals that could make her potions strong enough to stop the Chaos invasion from her vision. Yet, as it is expected, the rituals are by no means simple. The chalice must be charged by 3 rituals, all of which must be triangulated with it from precise locations. The first point of the ritual lies in Nordland, to the east, far across the marches and into the lands of the Empire of Man. Knowing that time is crucial and that chaos draws ever nearer, she dispatches a faithful servant to Nordland to begin this ritual. And Alberic's done his little thing. Move any character to the following province, Estalia. Well, as it so happens, with his lips now loosened, the stranger reveals that he is part of a confederacy of thieves hired to steal the artifacts. Whilst the employer is keen to remain anonymous, no good thief is without his ways. He and his companions have discovered that they were hired by a rogue knight, one with a grievance against Alberic. Really? How did he even know who he was? That he will be willing to settle by any means necessary. Alberic has heard of the roaming brigands that plague Estalia, but he had no idea that they were so personally committed to his own misfortune. The Duke is enraged. They were under his very nose, and he had no idea. Well, he shan't be falling afoul of them again. Forces must be raised, and the scourge put to the sword of justice. Quest complete. We've got quest issued. Alberic is encamped in Estalia. Is he? And the word moves fast across the land that a renegade duke has come to settle a score. Someone with a personal grievance against him. The duke has heard of the roaming brigands that play blah 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 blah. Okay, fine. I've already read that one. So it makes sense to grab it, doesn't it? Enemy forces. It's a stupid looking knight. He's got a stupid hat. Look at that hat. Just a big old hat. Rogue knights. Okay, good. We can deal with that. We can deal with that, and there's the quest battle over there. But first, Alberic needs an army, because at the moment he's just by himself. And while that may, you know, I mean, you don't want drawing too much attention during an investigation, do you? So that's why he's by himself. But now he's going to need a team behind him, isn't he? It's going to be like Ocean's 11. I've never seen Ocean's 11, but I assume it's a lot like that, whereby they go into battle against a rogue knight to get a trident back. I think that's the plot of the film, but I've not even read the Wikipedia entry for the plot, so I'm just going to assume that's how it goes. Do I just... Right, I'm going to continue the siege. I'm then going to burn this down because I don't really want it. And we've got oodles of cash. Look at this. Oh, so much money. What do we do with all this money? We've got the Tower of the Enchantress, so that's nice. We want to upgrade Bordelot, because if we do that, we can get the Manan's Dry Docks, and that's going to give us a huge pile of money. And there's nothing better than a huge pile of money. So dive around in like your Scrooge McDuck. Of course, if Scrooge McDuck dived into that money, he'd break his fucking neck. One, because he's a duck and they don't have very strong necks, but also because a lot of money is just... You can't swim in money. That's not how it works. You'd literally hit it like a brick wall and die. But that never happened in the cartoon. I imagine that'd be a little bit dark for the kiddie winks, wouldn't it? Let's... do I want to move to... I mean, Skaven Blight is going to rebel next turn, so... Okay, if I go here... in camp, I'm not going to help them if they come onto siege. I'm going to let them die because, one, they need to learn the lesson, but also I don't want them taking Skaven Blight again because I'll never hold on to it. They'll always lose it, and then I'll have to deal with that problem, and frankly, it's a problem I don't want to deal with. I don't want Skaven keeping cropping back up in my nether regions. Can you imagine the very thought? Tristan, you're down here. You are keeping an eye on those guys. Do I really care? I might take Sartosa, but kind of, I'm not really that bothered. I mean, I could maybe just bop this guy.
Their lifeblood is yours.
Well, yeah, I mean, you keep saying that, but that is not the fact, is it? That is not the case. Are you mine? Oh, I was going to send a trusted individual over to Nordland, wasn't I? I guess you're trusted. I don't know who you are, so I'm just going to send you over here. Sort of trusted. I trust that you will head north, so Good. Right, Tim, having dealt with Kemmler, is now going to go and deal with Skarsnik. That's his next quest. Oh, what a quest. And Beaumont, you're going to go and help him because I think he might need a... Oh, you know what? I was going to go and grab some more knights, wasn't I? I was going to grab more knights. So, it's not a bad front line. To get unit questing knights, because questing knights are quite good. I'm tempted just to get rid of the knights errant. We've got the money, right? The knights errant are just basically worse. They're just basically worse than knights of the realm. So we'll just grab like 4 of them, 2 of them, then maybe a couple of trebuchets. Can we? We can get 1 trebuchet. Maybe get another. Let's get. You know what? Let's get another questing knight. Let's do that. And then we'll get a trebuchet. And where's the trebuchet? Trebuchet's over here. Okay, we have to head back and recruit that. But then we've got a quite good army there. 2 quite good armies. That's exciting. Actually, we've got 3 quite good armies. Thyrusa. Oh, I should have done some renaming. Shit. Never mind. We'll have Flock of... No, actually, you know what? I'm not a big fan of Flock of Doom. I don't feel like it does an awful lot of damage, but Wissin's Wild Form is a nice spell. So we need to deal with these orcs. I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of dealing with all the evil in the region, and I feel like someone else should be able to deal with the friggin' orcs. I mean, it's not like they haven't had the chance. Do I have to do everything around here?
What brings you down from your mountain halls, dwarf?
How's it going? You're on an aggression pact. Well, you're friendly with the Wood Elves, so that works. And you don't like Skarsnik, and that also works for me. So I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. And it looks like we might get some dwarvish help against Blackstone Post, but considering that the garrison's completely fucked, and we're just going to auto-resolve it, bit of a wasted opportunity. It's always nice to have allies. Doesn't happen very often, because getting the AI to sort of actually work with you is often an absolute pain in the arse. I say often, I mean all the time, really. Just all the time. Never mind. Is that 2 swords of... Anyway. Okay, good. You're mobilising. Lovely. Is that 2 swords of Cain? Yes, so it looks like Tyrion. He's got the Sword of Cain. That's fun.
For Bretonia.
Right, so let's bop this. And I'm going to... Attacking... We lost 30 chivalry for sacking it, but we'll gain 30 for raising it to the ground.
To victory!
And we get a Trickster's Helm for it as well. And a Court Jester. Not sure what the Court Jester was doing in there, but I'm sure that he was glad to be freed before the entire city collapsed on top of him. So... Good stuff there. Okay, questing knight still recruiting. We've got some scaven.
Bad idea.
Is it? I'm going to bop you. I'm going to take the experience. Now,
Her will guides me.
I probably should have left them to rebel. I think I need to wait. I think I need to wait and just let it rebel, let the Skaven take it, and then take it back off them and burn it to the ground, because I just can't be doing with it. Oh, look at all these levels, so, Tim. Timothy. Let's go with more charge bonus, I think, for your boys. And so, Grim, you've already got a Deadly Blade. That's what the ladies say, anyway. Let's make you hard to hit. They also say that. And Callie will go Windblast, because Windblast is quite a nice little spell. Tristan, I'm not really sure what I'm doing with you. You could maybe just assault.
Our lady demands it.
Tristan, you're a constant disappointment. I mean, just...
Who calls me hence?
Ah, Knight Pope. No, Knight Pope. What do we want to give Knight Pope? I guess physical resistance. Physical resistance. That's what we're going to give him. And the Fay Enchantress, we're going to go with... for prophetesses, lords, and embedded damsel heroes. Okay, so... well, I'm not really bothered about that. And I guess Lady of the Land would be quite useful, but let's go Dwellers Below, because some magical assault, some assault magic in that army would be pretty good. Oh my god, Skarsnik's got quite a few boys here, hasn't he?
Think again.
Yep, Skarsnik's got the lads together. So we're definitely going to need both Tim and Beaumont over there to deal with that, because I don't think just one army is going to cut it. Public order here is actually fine, and over here it's not too bad either. We could upgrade this. That would give us a little bit more cash. I think that sounds like a good idea. Let's do that. Public order is increasing, just slowly, but it is getting there. And I think we're all good. All kind of building up. Magritta is slowly coming under control. Corruption is dropping and will drop down to 0. So that's fine. So yeah, that'd be fine. It would be nice if... when can we upgrade this? Next turn. We can actually... Can we tax it? That'd be alright, wouldn't it? 7 turns. Yeah, it'd be alright. It's fine. We'll get corruption under control long before that, and hopefully upgrade the city, get some pubs in there, because of course pubs make people happy.
Men of the Empire, what brings you here?
That's no man. That is a very pale woman. She does not go out in the sun very much. Come, followers of the lady, let Lance and Hammer work as one on Aggression Pact. Yeah, alright. Alright, you got yourself a deal. You got yourself a deal. Pale lady. One lady to another. Oh, that's Kemmler gone, and they've taken Blackstone Post, which is brilliant. Fine with that. We're playing quite a diplomatic game here. It's you know, I feel surrounded by friends, and that's a very cozy, comforting feel. Like a new pair of socks. And you know how I feel about socks. There's no greater love than between a man and a new pair of socks, in my opinion. Crooked Moon have got more lads, apparently. Gifted children. While absently observing the noble children at play at the castle grounds, a squire observes them displaying a certain magical affinity. Could their latent talents be harnessed? Children inform the lady servants or train them yourself. Or damsels. Inform the lady servants. 10 turns. If we concentrate on getting some more barriers dead, good. And Vivian's back. If we concentrate on maybe trying to get some more... Getting some more Grail Chapels. Is that likely? I don't think we can get any more, can we? No, we got the maximum amount. We could maybe get one at Board Low. Because we don't need the pub there, because we get lots of control from the wine market, because again, alcohol, you know, cheers people up. So that's fine. Magritta, we're going to upgrade you to a town. Tim, we're going to move down here because we need to deal with old Skarsnik. And let's get ourselves a trebuchet. Yeah. I'm kind of tempted to switch out the foot squires. I'd rather switch out the spearmen, the men at arms, for more foot squires. We could maybe do that, couldn't we? We do have the foot squires. The foot squires take 2 turns to recruit. I think it's worth it though. Let's get rid of them. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. We got the Arco Syndicalistic mob there as well, because I am loath to get rid of them, basically. And that's the only reason. Tristan, you are literally the worst. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you down here so you can link up with maybe some other factions. Have we met these guys yet? No, we haven't. Maybe we could meet some of these guys and trade with them, get some more trade on. How are we doing with all of our wine? Okay, we're trading all of our wine at the moment, so Bordeaux is upgrading. We can then get the wine market. That's going to give us lots more wine, which is great. And then we can trade that as well. I think that increases our wine by like 50% for that last little blob, which is good. That's not Nordland, that's the Wastelands, isn't it? Because the Wastelands is huge. All this bit here is the Wastelands, up here is Nordland, so we need to get this guy to just keep moving north, and we'll pop that quest for the Fay Enchantress. I think you then need to send, because they say triangulating, so I think you need to send your agent somewhere else as well. So it'll be a little while before we get the quest battle, but that's not the end of the world. Be fine. Egil Stygeborn and that guy. Luon packing quite a few peasant mobs there. Not sure that's the best idea. And the Wood Elves are just going mad. Look at them go. They've taken out 2 settlements already, but fortunately they're on our side. It's nice to have friends, especially woody friends, because I don't want them as enemies. Last thing I want is to fight fucking Wood Elves. Really? Huh, I guess this is Nordland. What a weird province. It just has this... Okay, well... shows what I know. So done. So, moving a character to the Vanaheim Mountains. With the first ritual begun, a flame of hope is lit for Bretonnia, yet it is a weak thing, dim and guttering. The Enchantress knows there is much more to be done, and the hour is growing late. Even now she can feel the dark forces at play, threatening to overpower the world itself. The next ritual location plunges deep into the heart of that darkness, atop the gnarled peaks of Vanaheim Mountains, the very heart of the enemy territory. Yet the Fay Enchantress knows that she cannot relent. The tribes surrounding the mountains must be quashed, and the ritual begun in relative safety. Say quashed, but then it says move an agent. My guess is maybe at one point they were like, take this province, and then realised it'd be a massive pain in the arse. Just go this way. Come on. Come on, Heffler. Hugh Heffler. Get over there. God damn it, Hugh.
Armored in faith.
Do I want... We could get the Holy... Let's get the Holy Wardens here. Let's do that. And I'm tempted to get rid of one of these guys. Yeah, let's get rid of one of these guys and get these lads. Done. Like that. More Skaven. This time, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna help Tilia this time. They're on their own, by themselves. They can deal with that problem. Alberic's ranked up, doing nothing but some light admin, and he's going to continue to do light admin so I can get some income from ports. So thanks, Alberic. You just carry on with your logistics. I like to think he's just sat in an office. That's in between his his investigations, doing his MacGyver. He's just sitting in an office, just doing a bit of light admin. Oh, hello. Got some cheeky orcs.
I will indulge you.
Let's do something like that. We're still recruiting army there. That's fine. We'll be ready to go next turn. If they attack Paravon, no problem. We can deal with them. Just as well, we're going to deal with Skarsnik, frankly, because it looks like he's reaching critical mass in those mountains, and I don't want Skarsnik to reach critical mass. He could go off. Ooh, Tim's ambush was unfortunately foiled. He was spotted. So it looks like, yep, they ran away. Bravely ran away. Never mind. Arthur. Give me a Blade Master, mate. That's what you're doing. Skull Smasher's got a war. Right, let's go and deal with Skarsnik. Now, I'm slightly concerned we might end up with greenskins jumping over the mountains towards us, but we've got defences here, so we're actually fairly safe. So I'm not overly concerned. We will just move over here, and it looks like we might have other armies heading towards Skarsnik to deal with him as well. They didn't like jump somewhere weird, did they? No? No? Okay, good. Okay, fine, good. Good. Right, and...
Plan scheme is discordant.
Are you raiding my territory? No, you're raiding... You're raiding that? Raiding. Good, right, okay. You're not raiding my territory, you're raiding someone else's. Right, fine, good.
No, Gracie,
You're not recruiting more units, though, which is what you should be doing. But that is generally fine. So far, Tristan's only found the top knots, which is a faction I didn't particularly want to know existed. So thanks, Tristan. Yet again, you fucked up.
Gracious host. How can I make you comfortable? I forget mortal pleasures.
I mean, you can take your chin off because that thing is terrifying. It's just looks like you're about to poke me in the face with it. Let's trade agreement.
Very well.
I have gleaned a hint of wisdom amongst your foolish words. I agree to your terms. Thank you. Go with that. Got a nice little trade agreement with some Tomb Kings, some Tomb Lads. And we'll head over here and see if we can meet up with the Crusader Kingdoms. And get some trade agreements with those guys. Now, Bordelot is going to be ready in 1 turn. Which is, how much money do we need? 4,000. So I don't want to spend too much. What I could do is actually knock this down. Which is what I'm going to do. Let's knock that down. Get... Wait, what was I going to build here instead? That's the question. I could get more growth, but I don't really need it. That's useless. That's useless. Could get defences, but... I could actually get a Grail Chapel, so that'd be another... Let's do that. Can I do that? Apparently, yes. Because that will give us hero capacity +1 for damsels. I mean, why wouldn't I do that, right? That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we've got Tim and Beaumont heading for a little crusade against Skarsnik. And the Fay Enchantress is currently just kind of chilling, really. I don't really know. We could go for Sartosa. We could maybe go and deal with Sartosa, because it looks like they are moving up the coast here. So maybe we go and deal with them. Help out Tilia, because it looks like they need it. So we could help them out a little bit more. But I'm also slightly concerned that the Skaven might retake Skaven Blight and Ikit might pop back up, which would be a little bit of a problem for me. So I guess we'll have to see how that plays out. But I don't want to leave the Fay Enchantress sat there just chilling. She needs to be doing something, doesn't she? So what should we do? We need more chivalry. We need a lot more chivalry. So decisive victories got 350. Lord traits 235. Close victories, Pyrrhic victories. Events, ambushing. I've lost a lot from ambushing. Some from sacking settlements, but I'm okay with that. You lose really for valiant defeats. You lose chivalry for valiant. I think valiant defeats would be like, you know, you did your best. Good job, pat on the back. Not, you suck. Oh well. Right, so we're going to deal with Skarsnik, and I think the Fay Enchantress is going to go for Sartosa. Maybe we'll see if we can take that and link up with the Crusader Kingdoms to the south. That's the plan, I think. But that's going to have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode of the Fay Enchantress.